perspective, I said, hey, 80 to 90% of our clients who come to us to initiate divorce are women. And I've never understood why that may be. And I never asked our clients, why are you filing for divorce? I never want to open that door. But the ones who do decide to bring that up, at the outset, will say something about them not being happy.
When they look at marriage, that success equals longevity. But no, at the end of the day, it's, are they happy?
Hey, this is Raulh of Please Act Right. I wasn't going to cover this story of Tia Mowry filing divorce from her husband until I saw the divorce attorney saying that 80 to 90% of the women are filing for divorce in his office, and they're stating because they're not happy. The exact same thing that Tia is saying. Now, is she not happy because her marriage is not working? Or is she not happy because of something else? Well, let's take a listen to this divorce lawyer and this female life coach explain their experiences with women filing for divorce once they've reached a certain age. Then we'll listen to Tia and her so-called explanation and then measure it against what they're saying. But before we get started, a word from our sponsor.
Have you heard of diet resistance? If you struggle to lose weight, this might be why. Your metabolism begins to decline as early as age 35. After that, it doesn't matter what new diet or workout you try, weight loss is going to be hard. Not only does your body begin to betray us after that age, but stress and other lifestyle factors can multiply the pounds we pack on as well. Luckily, I'm going to give you one quick hack to help reverse this. It's an amazing powder that's helped my weight loss goals quicker than anything I've ever seen. It reduces fat storage by supporting a boosted metabolism and elevating ketone levels. Thousands across the nation use it for their own weight loss goals. Give it a try. Your health is your wealth after all. Taste, inspect, and judge it risk-free for yourself. If it doesn't live up to your expectations, you get a full 60 days to get a complete refund, no questions asked. Plus, you'll get 51% off, along with several free bonuses included at no extra cost. Just go to the link below or visit ketoactright.com. And trust me, you'll thank me later.
My marriage was a success.
Yeah.
I look at it as like a curriculum when you're in college or high school, right? You're learning, you're growing, you're evolving, you're creating. And I was able to create with Corey some beautiful, amazing children. And at the end of that curriculum, and at the end, there's a graduation, there's a celebration. So that's basically, how I'm looking at it now. And I feel like people when they look at marriage, that success equals longevity. But no, at the end of the day, it's, are they happy?
Well, Tia, if no one's told you yet, let me be the first one to tell you that you are full of it. How long did it take you to prepare that nonsense you just recited? Trying to compare a marriage to graduating from school. There are no benefits from dropping out of school. So saying divorce is like graduating is saying that breaking up your home and your family is an achievement. Nobody wins in a divorce. Not you, not your husband, and definitely not your children. When you go to school, you don't take vows that you promise to keep in front of God and a bunch of people that you invited. And what do they say in those wedding vows? To have and to hold from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. Well, Tia, the last time I checked, your husband's still alive. Now let's listen to more of what the divorce attorney has to say about the same type of situation that's happening at a rapid pace with married women filing for divorce.
It's not, we all know there's infidelity and stuff like that, but a lot of these women are just not happy. They can't really put their finger on it. It's more of, he's a great provider, he's a great husband, he's a great father, but I'm just not happy. And they're filing for divorce. They're going to make this big step to go through divorce, and divorce is so rampant. I can't believe how many cases we handle on a monthly basis.
It's sad.
This is exactly why so many men are not only stepping away from marriage, but going to other countries looking for women to partner with. This same thing is not happening in other countries because divorce is frowned upon in most of those countries. Take the Philippines, for example. There's no such thing as divorce. There's only an annulment. And an annulment is extremely expensive. So if a Filipino wants an annulment from her husband, an annulment starts at about $4,000 that she would have to pay in order to file for it, and it could take about 4 years for them to make a decision on whether to deny it or grant it. But it's not guaranteed that they'll give it. She tells the courts that she wants a divorce from her husband because she's not happy, but she can't quite put her finger on it. I can pretty much guarantee you the annulment will be denied.
I see a lot of women, it's almost a midlife crisis situation. They're, age 40 to 50 years old. Kids are getting a little bit older, late teens, mid to late teens. they're just not happy with life the way it is, and they've grown apart from the spouse. I think, as in any relationship, what you put in, you get out.
Now remember, what you put in is what you get out.
And the time with kids and work and the pulls that we have in our lives, it's hard to maintain that happy marriage, and it takes a lot of effort. And I think that's just not happening as much as it should be out there. There isn't a dedicated time. Maybe the husband isn't, bringing home the flowers and bringing the love notes, or scheduling the weekend away or the dinner dates once a week.
Now remember, what you put in is what you get out. But now she's talking about scheduling getaways and dinner dates. But notice, she said the man's not bringing her flowers and candies and love notes anymore. See, these women want a man to do all the work. Why doesn't the woman initiate putting together the plans for a weekend getaway if that's what she wants? The man has to do whatever it takes to make the woman happy. But the woman feels like she doesn't have to do anything to make herself happy. But she has no problem filing for divorce, taking half of his income, plus child support, and breaking up her family, all because she says she's not happy. Am I the only one seeing that there's something wrong with that?
Kind of coming full circle to your question, I think that midlife crisis is a true experience. I mean, it happens in men, and I do see it in women, where they just don't feel like they're happy, and that there should be more to this marriage. And there is more to the marriage, I think, if the time is spent together, working and flourishing. And
of course, midlife crisis happens to men too. But when men have a midlife crisis, he does crazy things like buy a motorcycle, or jumping out of an airplane, or trying to wear clothes that only young men should be wearing. But he does not break up his family. Remember the Red Talk table between Jada and Will about Jada's midlife crisis?
What was your hardest time in our marriage?
When I turned 40. That's when I had a midlife crisis.
On her 40th birthday. Ladies, you ever wonder why men tend to go for younger women? Well, there's a reason right there. The closer a woman gets to 40 years old, we know what's about to come. And most men don't want to deal with it. It's totally different if she sorted out her issues. But as you can see, 80 to 90% of the women are filing for divorce instead of sorting out her issues while staying in her marriage. It doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. You are responsible for your own happiness, not the other person. Remember, Will tried his best to make Jada happy.
Yeah, your 40th birthday was my low point. The day after her 37th birthday.
Now I have to break this footage up just a little bit so I don't get a copyright strike. But keep in mind, Will Smith's net worth is more than $350 million. So he functions on a millionaire man's level. After Jada's 30th birthday, which means he was planning this for more than 2 years.
It was gonna be my deepest, most beautiful proclamation of love.
He hired a documentary team. He traced her family roots. He hired the singer Mary J. Blige to sing at Jada's 40th birthday party. I mean, Will went all the way out there trying to pull Jada out of her midlife crisis funk. And after he did all of that on her 40th birthday, Jada said,
and she's told me that the party was the most ridiculous display of my ego.
And that was the perfect response, Willow. After all of his 2 years worth of effort, she told him he was on an ego trip.
And to this day, I know I was crushed because it was true.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Once again, keep in mind that Will Smith is a millionaire worth over $350 million. What exactly was Will supposed to do for Jada on her 40th birthday when he was trying to get her out of her funk? I'm pretty sure he hired Mary J. Blige because she was one of Jada's favorite singers. This is what millionaires do. They use their connection. But this is sheer proof that it's your responsibility to make you happy, not somebody else's. And if you're not happy, then you need to take the time out to find out why you're not happy. And divorcing your spouse, especially if they're trying to please you, is not the way to do it. This is where you go and seek counseling from a professional who can help you figure out why you're not happy.
I knew when I really started to focus on my happiness. I feel like women, we tend to focus on everybody else's happiness, making sure that everybody else is okay.
Did you hear what she said? Focusing on everybody else to make sure that they're okay and that they're happy. But she wasn't making sure that she was okay. But you don't have to get a divorce and break up your family to get yourself back on track. Did you notice? She's not saying that their marriage was bad. She's just saying she wasn't happy. And chances are, because she's 44 years old, she's just having a midlife crisis that will probably pass in a short period of time. especially if she takes the time to figure out what it is that's keeping her unhappy. But no, she'd rather let her whole family suffer going through a divorce.
But at the end of the day, it's about self-love. And when you start to really work on yourself, love yourself, know your value, know your worth, and then all of a sudden there's this awakening. And it's not easy. It's a hard journey. But at the end of the day, I feel like it is so, so worth it.
So you couldn't do this while staying married?
But it's you know what, I think we all want to be, and I think this goes for men or women, we just want to feel appreciated, we want to feel loved, we want to feel that we still mean something to that person. And I'm guilty too. We all get caught up in life. We're busy, we're working, we're trying to pay our bills, we're trying to make a living, we're trying to, raise our kids, and we all have a lot on our plates, right? And the thing that usually goes first is, okay, well, I know my wife loves me, my husband loves me. I don't need to show him all the time, but
They'll even say that. I love my husband, but I'm not happy.
Of course that's true. We all want to feel appreciated. But to say that you love your husband, but you gotta divorce him and break up your family because you're not happy? The sad thing is, the majority of these women that file for divorce make their husbands, who they claim they love, suffer. What do I mean by that? They petition for alimony and child support. She gets to keep the house, the car, and he still has to pay for it, and he has to move out. So how much thought did these women put into what the man is going to go through during the separation leading up to the divorce? Where and how is he supposed to live? Well, if 80 to 90% of the women are filing for divorce, and the majority of them are saying it's because she's not happy, clearly they're not giving any thought to the suffering that the man's going to go through. And to me, that's proof she really doesn't love him. Ladies, are you still wondering why men seriously hesitate when it comes down to getting married?
I just think I think we're wired a little bit different, or our maybe a man's approach to what providing and caring is totally different. Different meaning to a woman.
yeah, you're on to that for sure. We are wired differently. We do absolutely differently think differently. What you think is a really sweet thing may not be what I think it's a sweet thing, or your wife, we're all wired differently. But the critical thing here, and this goes both ways, is communication. If the wife wants to go to the beach, she should say, honey, can we go to the beach? I really want just a time for a couple hours with you at the beach. Can we do that? If you say no, then that's a problem. But she's done her part in communicating that.
Now this is the sign of a good counselor. She says the wife needs to communicate what it is that she wants. So if she wants to go to the beach, she expresses that to her husband. Now, if the husband refuses, then there's a problem. Ladies, you have to tell men what you want. We cannot read your mind.
Right? So having that communication both ways is really important.
Yeah, it's, for a man, providing and being there for us, at least for me, I think the general public for a man, is working hard, the security, bringing home money, and moving the family forward. And that, for me, I thought was enough.
Exactly. Men are providers. We are not into romance, especially on a consistent basis. Ladies, that's your department. You'll be surprised that if you initiate dates by telling a man what you want and what you want to do, from time to time, he'll start to initiate dates too, especially if you've been together for a while. But the average woman, expecting the average heterosexual man to be romantic till death do you part, well, good luck with that.
And that goes back to, I don't mean this in a bad way.
Hunter-gatherer, right?
Exactly. That goes back to the caveman.
Yes, I'm a caveman.
I will bring you the, here's your goat, or whatever it was. But this
You're welcome.
This is, it's all about success. It's all about, I'm going to provide for you. I'm going to give to you. And that is wonderful. We do like that.
Let's not just make it the men who in relationships become complacent. Women do the same thing too. So it goes both ways. But as far as the 80 to 90% of women who are divorcing their husbands because they're not happy like Tia is doing, divorce is not the answer unless you're communicating with your husband and he's not trying. So am I saying you should stay with a spouse who's not even trying? Absolutely not.
And at the end of that curriculum, and at the end, there's a graduation, there's a celebration. So that's basically, how I'm looking at it now.
And she's absolutely right. Graduating from school is a celebration, but getting a divorce is not. You're breaking up your family, not winning an award for Best Actress in a movie. Well, Tia, I have some bad news for you. If you think divorcing your husband, especially if he's been good to you, is what you need to do to be happy, boy, are you in for a big surprise. Even if and when you resolve whatever it is that's making you unhappy, there's nothing out here for a 44-year-old divorced woman with kids. I sure hope you're cool with spending the rest of your life without a man, because I don't know too many men who are out here looking for a woman in your situation. Especially a woman who divorced her husband and broke up her family because she said she wasn't happy. After this divorce, no man worth it is gonna take you seriously. Now, if she doesn't want a man for the rest of her life, then she'll be okay. But how many women go the rest of their lives wanting to be by themselves and really mean it? Let's end this video by showing a 50-year-old woman who is very attractive, might I add, who separated from her husband, thinking things were gonna be easier after she got a divorce when it comes down to dealing with men out here in these streets.
Do you know what I'm really tired of? Men f***ing with me. I separated from an 18-year marriage in my early 40s. I'm 50 now. A few men that I've dated, they were so undecisive. And the games they f***ing play, seriously, man, you're in your late 40s, almost 50, don't f*** around. Like, seriously, don't play games. It's getting so f***ing annoying. I'm so tired of this shit. I would have expected it to be easier as I got older. Men, stop f***ing around with women, okay? Be honest, because you know what? TikTok, you're getting f***ing older too, you know?
So Tia, if you ever decide to hit the dating scene again in the near future after your divorce, that's more than likely going to be your future. So be prepared. So for all the women out there who are married and you claim that you're not happy, but your husband is not the cause of it, you better seek counseling, stay with your husband, and go sit your ass down somewhere. See, Tia's soon-to-be ex-husband, he's going to be all right. We all know that as a man gets older, his value goes up, especially if he's improving on himself and he got his money right. But for a woman, it's not the same. This is why you see so many older men with younger women, but you rarely see an older woman with a younger man. You already know the story. If an older man can't find a younger woman in the country he lives in, all he has to do is just go to another country. Voila! There's some younger woman willing to date him and even marry him. And before any of the women go on in the comment section saying that those women are just with him for his money, that's the same thing happening in countries like the United States. That's why women ask, what do you do for a living? Or they clearly state right off the bat, he has to make 6 figures in order for her to consider dating him. You know I ain't lying. So ladies, go ahead and divorce that good man who's doing right by you because you're not happy to want to. I'll give you a 90% chance you will regret it in the end. Just like I'm predicting, Tia will. Hey, somebody to tell you, and I love you, so it might as well be me. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. I post a new video every week. And in the meantime, will you please act right? My name is Raulh. See you in another video. So if you enjoyed this video, check out one of these 2 videos right here. I'm sure you'll enjoy them too. And if you like, you can visit my channel. I have plenty of videos there. Go ahead. Don't be scared.